Welcome back to my studio. Today I'd like to talk about pencil quality. It's very important that you don't waste your money on cheap materials. What does this entail? What I want to look at now is specifically pencils. But this applies to paints, it applies to brushes, it applies to all aspects of art supplies, art materials. That doesn't mean you have to buy the most expensive product out there, but it does mean that you need to bring some knowledge to your purchases. One of the things we're going to see here is, I'm going to start with graphite pencils, but the same principles apply to colored pencils. A while ago, I had picked up a set of graphite pencils in an interesting little tin, and they were at, I believe, at the dollar store or at some discount store. And it was a nice little tin, nice handy little carrying tin, and it has 12 pencils in it. And normally when you see something like this, you expect it to be a selection of pencils. Normally they're graded from, a 3H up through a 5 or a 6 B. This one isn't. This set has a few. It's got 3 HBs. It's got two Bs. So it's got a selection of about 5 or 6 different grades of graphite, and that's the type of thing that you get in a cheap set. The other thing, and I'll show you examples of this, the leads in these pencils are very, very thin. On top of that, most of them are nowhere near the center of the pencil. So what ends up happening is when you try to sharpen it, you either end up with the lead breaking because it's so off center and the sharpener just keeps breaking it, or you end up with wood out at least as far as the tip of the pencil. So you can't draw with it, you can't use it because it will actually tear your paper. A quality pencil, on the other hand, is going to have a good thick lead that is going to be well centered. It will sharpen easily. There's no danger of tearing the paper. Well worth looking at. This is one reason it's nice to be able to buy pencils that aren't sharpened, because you can see where the lead is. If they are sharpened, you can usually tell by how even the wood is around the lead. The other way is if their end is not painted or covered, you can look at that other end. So let's look at a few examples. I have some still photographs here, and I'll explain over the photographs. So here we have an example of a lead that's way off center. Once you try to sharpen this pencil, you're going to end up with wood protruding to the end of the pencil lead. Once the lead wears down, all you're going to have left is wood, and that's what will be hitting the paper. Here's an example of a thick lead and a thin lead. You can see there's a significant difference. These pencils all have very thick, well-centered leads. These are three different brands of colored pencils. This is what you want: thick, well-centered leads. The wood should be even around the lead. Let's face it, art supplies are expensive, so saving money wherever you can is very appealing. I get that. But wasting money accomplishes nothing. buy the best art supplies you can afford, if you buy brand names and you choose what you need as you need it, you can save the money and still have good quality products or good quality tools. And that's what we're all after, is producing the best quality images with the best quality materials. I hope you found this useful. In another video, I'll look at some different quality aspects of colored pencils in particular, art supplies in general. If you found this useful, I hope you'll like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll know when I post, which is typically once a week. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.